Hello guys and welcome to a new video for Infinity Kingdom. This is Pyakia from server 49 and I'm going to talk about a funny thing today. It's about making or creating or building a mixed marsh, a strong mixed marsh. And it's funny because I talked about it in a previous video, but it's for how to counter a mixed marsh. But my time has came to build a mixed marsh. So basically a mixed marsh, it usually be between earth and wine marsh. In the previous, people used to use Zephyr. So people used to use Zephyr the wind dragon in the mixed marsh between earth immortals and wind immortals. So why people kept using wind dragon? Because this skill, when 3 of your random allied units, it is now wind troops. The previous skill wasn't exclusive for wind troops. Land a normal attack, they have 50% chance of recovering HP. So when you were using Alexander in this formation using the Wind Dragon, it has a 50% chance to recover HP, but it is not working anymore. So if you want to build a mixed marsh using Hannibal and Alexander, full attack damage in the front row and using attack speed in the back row supporters, you have now to use the Earth Dragon. And of course, if you are going to build a mixed marsh now in these days in the server, we have dragon talents. So I am having the 90% chance of reducing the damage received for 3 random allied units, and 35% by 35%, and increasing their attack speed by 12% for 12 seconds because I have it level 4. For level 1, it will be 30% attack speed for 12 seconds, and for level 2 60% attack speed for 12 seconds, 6%, and 9% for level 3, and I have it 12% for level 4. So building a mixed marsh using the Earth Dragon, you need of course Hannibal Barca and his exclusive artifact. Why this artifact is so important? Because it is convert the passive skill. He gains no energy, and the passive skill turns into his active skill turns into a passive skill. He increases the damage dealt by 45% and causes cleave with each normal attack. So it is guaranteed, causing 90% damage to an additional nearby target for 8 seconds. So Hannibal with his exclusive artifact, please don't copy builds and copy immortals and not having the same artifacts or same skills, because as you see here, fighting master is a must on the mixed marsh on Hannibal Barca. So if you are not using fighting master, you will have the chance to be you will have a chance to gain control, and he will not be immune to CC or any stun, silence control. For this amount of CC, if he caught in the fight having silence or root or control, crowd control, he will not deal damage, and Marsh will have 2 supports with only Alexander. So this is not working. And turn into Alexander, you should have his exclusive artifact because it will give him immune to control, all controls. So his passive his ultimate skill or his active skill will be passive now. So increase the normal attack damage by 50%, also increase all the damage dealt by 50%, increasing the attack speed by 50%, and grants immunity to all controls. So this duration here will be now gain no energy and will be gained damage increase by 35% and attack speed by 35% instead of 50%. And also he will constantly be activating during the battle that he will gain no crowd control. He will gain control immunity. Of course, I'm using Zenobia with her exclusive artifact, having Surge on Zenobia's exclusive artifact instead of Shining Light, because I need Zenobia to keep using her energy or keep gaining energy to keep using her ultimate skill. And her exclusive artifact now, Emperor's Favor, now increases healing target attack speed by 25%. So she restores HP for 2 units with the highest troop number losses, and the 2 units with the will regain HP recovery for 6 seconds. So the successful normal attacks now will gain her recovery and attack speed for this amount of troops. Also, Ken Emperor, you should have his exclusive artifact. It is a must, but some players in my server are not using Ken's Emperor, and I see it important in this mixed march, but you can build a mixed march without his artifact. I'm talking about artifacts only right now. I'm not talking about the skills. I'm going to talk about the skills soon, but the importance for this artifact here, because Dragon's Power can now inflict split damage to 2 nearby enemy units. As you see, Hannibal's passive skill have cleave, and also the Dragon Power puts cleave and attack speed on the Wind Immortals, but the attack speed will apply for all the Immortals, only cleave will be applied for the Wind Immortals. As you see, he inflicts wound on all enemy units, preventing them from being healed. Increase the attack speed of all the units, so of all the 4 Immortals will gain 25% attack speed. Also grants cleave to all Wind Immortals. So Ken Emperor will gain cleave, and Hannibal Barca will gain another cleave for himself. So their normal attack will deal 50% extra damage to nearby enemy units, last for 8 seconds. The artifact here will make this cleave for 2 targets instead of 1 target. So it will be an additional 2 cleave, with Hannibal having a cleave in his passive skill and also having cleave for Alexander. So the mixed march will attack the first row because both of them are attack damage dealer for the first row, and Alexander will deal cleave in his attacks facing the enemy units. So let me check any arena reports here. Let's ignore all the reports I lost. As you see here, Alexander and Hannibal will be attacking the first row. Also cleave from Alexander will be hitting Elizabeth. Cleave from Hannibal will be hitting Himiko and also Siegfried. Also Alexander's cleave might hit Bjorn or Elizabeth. So if I open the stats here, if you picked Elizabeth, damage taken from Alexander and Hannibal. So as you see, she got damage from cleave. Let's pick another fight, instead of the shadow. Let's have here the Holy March. So Manco got damage from Alexander's cleave. Also Charlie's got damage from Hannibal's Howling Blast and Dragon Power. So Howling Blast is the cleave built in the ultimate skill of Hannibal, and Dragon Power is the cleave from Ken Emperor. So Ken Emperor's artifact is broken. Zenobia's artifact is broken. Hannibal artifact is a must. Also Alexander's artifact is a must. So if you have both Alexander's and Hannibal artifacts, is okay, because you can ignore those artifacts, but I know it is a must in my server. The people are building mixed march, like he's not using a mixed march anymore. He used to have mixed march right trying because he has Zenobia's artifact, and he has Hannibal's artifact, and he has Ken artifact, but he is using an Earth March now. So he changed his Earth March. Also LJ is now using a mixed march. He has not a good artifact for Hannibal. It is better to have a physical attack bonus and Rapid instead of Iron Fist. But if you have Iron Fist like me, I have an Iron Fist with physical attack bonus. It is fine for now, but it would be better if you are using Rapid. So now I'm using Rapid and physical attack bonus on my Alexander. Also, as I said, Surge on both the support class Immortals is a must. Dodge value or dodge rate is fine. Physical attack is okay if you have Surge or anything, but because I only have this skin chariot, so I'm using it right now till I change it. Now for the skills. Of course you need, for my perspective view, cleave on Alexander because the Wind Immortal Hannibal have cleave in his ultimate skill, and he will gain cleave from Ken Emperor. So both of those immortals can have cleave at the same time, hitting both the front row and have a chance to hit the back row at the same time. So some players in my server use cleave on Hannibal instead of Alexander, but I don't see it as a must because Hannibal have both cleave from his ultimate skill and Ken Emperor's ultimate skill. So it's better to use cleave on Alexander, also using combo and dual master because he will be immune to have wound. So always Alexander will be using his physical attack to basic attack to take attack damage, and will be inflicting the wood inflict will not inflict on Alexander because he's using dual master. As I said, Alexander has immune to CC, so it is must to have fighting master on Hannibal to protect Hannibal and Alexander from being stunned or being rooted or silenced. I'm using Heavily Thunder because Heavily Thunder with every normal attack have 30% chance. Also combo have with every normal attack have 30% chance. So both of these skills have chance to be hit or activated with every normal attack, and these two supports dealing their ultimate skills having chances to increase attack speed. So I am focusing on the attack speed and dealing damage with the attack speed because this skill will be activated with the attack speed, but combo will be dealing massive physical damage for single target, and Heavenly Thunder will be chance to deal damage on 3 units to the target and 2 random nearby units, so total of 3 units dealing magical damage. So why I'm using magical damage on Hannibal? Because Howling Blast increase your damage by 45%. It didn't say increase your physical damage, it said increase your damage. So the Heavily Thunder damage will be increased by 45% because this ultimate didn't say anything about physical damage. It said additional damage and damage increase. It didn't say anything about physical damage. But Hannibal's basic attack or attack from his auto attack is physical attack, so I used anger to increase his auto attack to have his attack increased by 30%, and I'm using dual master on Alexander. You can switch any of these skills from anger or Heavenly Thunder, but you can't change fighting master. You can use, for example, Death Breath, and for Alexander you can remove cleave if you want, but as I said, it is a must to hit the back row. Also combo you can change it with Heavenly Thunder at both combo on Hannibal instead. Also dual master is a must to grant you immunity to wound. For Zenobia's and Ken Emperor, for the auras I'm using Caution because most of the marshes I'm facing using Misleading, so Caution will reduce the dodge rate and will make my auto attacks hit and land and increases the chance of me landing and accuracy. As you saw, I'm using Defense Blessing and Oaken Guard because I'm facing Holy Marshes, Earth Marshes and Mixed Marshes with this marsh. So I'm trying to lower the damage it comes in the early fights, especially physical damage reduction by 50% for the first 18 seconds, and having the damage increased total by 25%. Sometimes I change Oaken Guard and using Resist instead of Oaken Guard if I'm facing Water Marsh or Fire Marsh, because those marshes are limited for mages, for example Empress Wu and Merlin. Of course, I'm using Berserk, increases the attack speed of all your units by 10% and restores a small amount of HP recovery, and this is chances for the highest level. Sometimes I change Caution with Misleading or Malice if I'm using this marsh against mages, as I told you, against water or against fire marsh. Of course, for the talent, you should use the dodge value, and also here increase the Immortal's attack speed by 6%. and you can increase the accuracy by 30%. I'm using the development talent right now, but when I fight I use this lineup. So dodge value and attack speed 6% extra, and also the accuracy value. Stay away from resilience or crit value if you are focusing on your main marsh as a mixed earth and wine marshes. So I talked about the skill, artifacts, the lineup, and the last thing here to talk about is the boost. Of course, you have to boost your immortals to the highest level and to the highest boost. As you see here, I'm not having Ken Emperor to max boost because I'm lacking of gold, but when I have the right amount of gold I will increase Ken Emperor's boost to 25. Of course, I talked about also the dragon. I'm just recapping what I said. For the dragon talent, of course you should pick the tree where you increase the attack speed. As you see, I put the purity for my dragon essence to increase level for the skill that increases the attack speed. Also, I'm putting all my dragon crystals for the value for accuracy value and also the physical attack. So as you see here, some of the nodes are not maxed out. For resilience, magical defense, resilience value, also physical defense, and the magical attack, of course. But I'm focusing on physical attack first to increase it. I have all the nodes for physical attack increased. As you see here, I have an additional 540 physical attack bonus. I'm having an accuracy extra value for 600. Also, resilience and physical magical attack are not that high because I'm not maxing all the tiles for resilience or magical attack. I'm going the next here. Also, something to talk about. Of course, armor should be level 5. Also, clothes should be level 5. Because I'm not going to depend on the resilience, I'm leaving this to level 1. I'm not going to boost it anymore because I'm using the Earth Dragon for the mixed marsh. I will boost this to level 2 or 3, but putting all my dragon crystals for physical attack, some of them for magical attack because I'm using Heavenly Thunder on Hannibal and it deals magical damage. So I need some of the magical damage boost to my immortals. Of course, the accuracy value, I talked about it. So I hope I covered everything. If you still have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me right in the comment section below. I hope you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you are not a subscriber. Thank you for watching.